Vandeham Shri Guru.
The following is a conversation with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 22nd of May, 1975, in Melbourne, Australia.
There was a great devotee in South India. He was a treasury officer. So he took money from the treasury and constructed a very nice temple. Later on he was caught and he was put into jail by the Nawab, at that time the Mohammedan king, Nawab. He saw in dream the two boys, very beautiful. They have come to the Nawab. Said, what money he has taken, he can take from me and release it. So the Nawab said, if I get my money, I can release him. Then, when his dream broke, he saw the money on the floor, but nobody was there. Then he could understand that he is a great devotee. He called him immediately that he had released and you take this money also. Whatever you have already taken, that's all right. And now this money also you spend as you like. So devotees sometimes do like that. Actually, nothing is private property. That is our pleasure. Isavasamidam sadvam. Everything belongs to God. That's a fact. Under the influence of Maya, we are thinking that this is my property. Just like, suppose this cushion, where from the wood has come. Has anybody produced wood? Who has produced? It is God's property. Rather, we have stolen God's property and claiming my property. That is Australia. The Englishman came here, but is that the property of the Englishman? It was there. America, it was there. And when everything will be finished, it will be there. In the middle we come and claim, it is my property and fight. Is it not? You are a barrister, you can judge better.
That was the argument he used.
Originally everything belongs to God. So why you are claiming it is my property? Suppose you have come here, you sit down for 1 hour or 2 hours, and if you claim it is my property, is that very good judgment? You have come from outside. You are allowed to sit down here for 2 hours. And if you claim this is my property. Similarly, we come here, we take bath, either in America or Australia or in India, and remain for 50, 60 or 100 years. And why should I claim it is my property?
You don't claim it, I suppose, as your own property. What happens, I would have thought, is more that for a time you have got possession.
For a time you have got possession of the chair. That does not mean your property.
But I suppose if somebody came and took the chair, well, I've got it in my possession. possession, aren't
No, that is a bad thing. Nobody will disturb you. Remain in your chair. That does not mean because you have sat down on the chair for 2 hours, you become proprietor.
One gets attached. One gets attached to the chair for a while. I like this chair.
No, that's all right.
It's a nice chair.
You like, you sit down and we go when it is finished. But how do you claim that it is your property?
Goodbye.
That is called Maya. This is Maya. The philosophy of Maya. Maya means what is not. Ma-ya. Ma means not. Ya means this. So Maya means the conclusion as you have made, that is not. That is not the fact. So we are claiming America is our, Australia is our, India is our. Nothing our. Everything God's. The best conclusion is it is God's property. God has given us to live. Let us thank God, feel of life to Him and glorify. That is all. That is Krishna consciousness movement. You accept the real position that nothing belongs to you, everything belongs to God. You also belong to God. Your body, yourself, everything belongs to God. This body is material body. That material energy, earth, water, air, fire, everything belongs to God. This sea belongs to God. Water, vast water. You have not created, neither your forefather has created. So this body is made of earth, water, air, fire, high elements. So the body is also God's. So for I am soul, I am also part and parcel of God. So everything belongs to God. This is Krishna consciousness. We are falsely claiming that it is ours. This is Maya. Maya means what is not fact. That is the meaning of Maya.
But this concept that everything belongs to God, it can't work unless everybody believes that everything belongs to
Then
God.
everybody may be mad. That does not change the fact. If some madman comes in this room and he fights, I am the proprietor, you get up. But that is not a fact.
I can understand, you were talking about the sea and so on, but it's for people to use.
Use, you can use. Tena tattena bundita. That is the Vedic injunction. What is given to you, you use it. Just like one gentleman has got 5 sons. He gives one son, this is your property, this is your property, this is that is. But the sons must acknowledge that this is father's property, he has given them. Similarly, in the Vedic Shastra it is said that everything belongs to God. And whatever He has given to you, you can use. Don't encroach upon others.
But if He's given, you were saying that He's given something to you and don't encroach upon others. But there are certain things that one person has or one group of persons have, which I think truly can be said that...
And originally we have to accept everything belongs to God. Just like father and sons. The son must know the property is father. That is the real knowledge. Now, whatever Father has given me, I use it. Why shall I encroach upon my other brother, which he has got from his father? This is good sense. Why shall I fight with my other brother? My father has given him this property to him, so let him use that. And whatever he has given me, let me use it. Why shall I encroach upon his property? This is good sense.
I'm sorry. I can understand when you say don't encroach on other people's property. If I understand you correctly, what you're saying is that if you have something, your father has given you something, and someone else wants to use it, well, let him. I can understand that, but don't you get to the stage, or can't you get to the stage at times, that for some reason or other, you don't want him to use it?
He's saying that if someone does not want, if you don't want someone to use what you have, if someone tries to forcibly...
No, that is another
A
thing.
situation could arise when you wouldn't want somebody to use what you were using for some particular reason. You might be using it yourself at that time. That's what that situation can arise that you don't want.
We are believing that everything belongs to God. If someone else does not believe in that concept and tries to use what we
That is wrong. That I say. That is his wrong concept.
Well, how do you reconcile, or how do you work out a situation? If everything belongs to God,
Yeah.
we have to run society.
But you don't forget that everything belongs to God. Because you have to run society, it does not mean that you forget the real thing.
But, so I really don't object to that idea at all. But the thing is that the system we're working within has got
It should be
different
rectified.
concepts.
It should be rectified.
We should be sorry?
Rectified.
Rectified.
Yeah.
rectify.
I suppose Wally and I are thinking on the same wavelength, because we can imagine
Now you have got
problems
the
that
United Nations. Now, if they are sane men, they should pass a resolution. The whole world belongs to God. And we are all God's sons. So let us make now United States of the world. That can be the reason. If they can make United States of America, why not United States of the whole world?
I think that would probably solve a lot of problems,
Yes.
because
All problems.
ownership, possession,
All problems are.
grasping.
Now suppose in India there is scarcity of foodstuff. In America, in Africa, in Australia, there is enough land. Produce foodstuff, distribute. Then immediately whole nations become united. Use everything, God's gift. We are all sons. Very nicely. Then all the problems are. Now, the difficulty is that we have made, no, this is my property. We shall use it. Nation. In the Vedic conception, there is no such thing as national. There is no such conception. That is the idea of Vedic conception of society or politics. There is no question of national.
you're thinking more of an international world than a national world.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody would disagree with that. I certainly don't.
that we want to do. One God, one state, one scripture, and one activity. That is the ultimate end of Krishna consciousness movement. That's like we are from different countries. We don't think nationally, I'm American, I'm Indian, and so on. We all think that we are all servants of Krishna. And they are working in that spirit. It is possible. If this idea is accepted in the United Nations, it can be done. But they will not accept. They are going to be united. But everyone is thinking, first of all, my interest. All cheating. They are outwardly, now we have come to the United Nations. But no one is going to be united. Everyone is thinking, it is my first interest first. I must be better if it is opposite. Therefore, for the last 20 years more than, they are trying to be united, but it is becoming difficult. The plans are increasing. In New York, there was a headquarters. When I pass through, I see there another flag has increased. So, this United Nations is a failure. And it will be failure, because there is no God consciousness.
I don't think it's necessary that it fails. I don't think it's necessary that it fails. I think things are changing, definitely, throughout the world. It's a matter of which course they take.
No, I'm changing. They are preparing for war again. Where is changing? A slight provocation, there may be one.
Who for the first time in years are becoming aware and are getting interested in things outside their own town, their own village or state or whatever it is they have. You have people, the young people now are getting interested like in things like poverty, getting interested in Bangladesh and so on. This is good. But you nonetheless have a very large proportion of people who have got that idea of I'm all right and I'll look after mine without taking the overall picture into account. And I think that so long as you have different concepts, different beliefs, it's going to be very hard to get to what you
that is to be united first. Then, first thing is that everyone should be convinced or understand clearly that everything belongs to God. But they have no conception of God. That is the whole human society at the present moment, majority, they are godless, especially the communists. They don't acknowledge the scientists, the philosophers, the scholars, all godless. Scientists' special business is how to defy God. They say science is everything, we can do everything by science. There is no need of God.
I don't think so anymore. Not more enlightened.
Not anymore.
Well, some circles, yes, but many others.
That was never anymore, but if they are realizing that, that is very good.
But you can't say that scientists are working
Yes,
in a
they
way
say.
that is opposite to
They
God's
say,
will.
oh yes, I have met many scientists. They say that we shall solve everything by scientific advancement. We have done already. They say that.
But just because
That's like there is a big theory, chemical theory. One big scientist, big or small, whatever it may be, he has got a Nobel Prize.
it's medium-sized.
Huh?
It's medium-sized.
Yes. He is making the theory, the light has come from chemical, like chemical combination, chemical evolution. Darwin's theory is also of that. This is the big scientists. They are so full that life has come from matter. Where is the proof? He was lecturing in California University, and there was one student, he is my disciple. He challenged him that if you get the chemicals, whether you can manufacture life. That answer was, that I cannot say. Why? You are putting this theory that life has come from chemicals. So science means observation and experiment. Now, we experimentally prove, get the chemicals and produce a life.
They're trying.
That is another foolishness. When you are trying to be a lawyer or barrister, that does not mean you are barrister. When you are a student of law, you cannot say that I am barrister or advocate. You cannot say. You are trying to be, that is another thing.
That's what they're trying.
But while they are trying to be, they are taking the position of leader. That is the misleading. That is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Andhadatham rupuniyama. One blind man is trying to lead many other blind men. What is the use of such leading? If the leader is blind, how he do well to other blind men?
Beethoven was deaf. Beethoven was deaf.
How is that?
Beethoven, the great composer, he was deaf.
At least part of his life.
But can't you have people doing good for the sake of goodness?
He does not know what is good.
But there are certain things...
That's why I say blind. Does not know what is good. Real goodness is to understand God. That is real goodness.
But there are certain things that are good that you can accept as being good just by themselves. You see an old lady who gets run over by a car. You go and help her. Now, there are certain things that are good by themselves, I think, and that people will react and do the good thing, even though they mightn't have any concept of God.
No. Unless we have got the real platform, how we can do good? Just like our Madhubiri Maharaj was obliged to you, they have done some good legal affairs. But unless you are a lawyer, legal man, how can you do it? You have a mind to do good. But if you are not a lawyer, how could you do?
But there would be a lot of lawyers...
That is another thing. I am talking of yourself. If one does not know what is good, then how will do good? The first business is that he must know what is good. Then he can do something good. Otherwise, what is the use of jumping like monkey? He must know. Because you are a lawyer, you know how to deal with law. You can do good. But a layman who is not a lawyer, how he can do good? So therefore, anyone who is posing himself as leader to do good to the society, he must know first of all what is good.
Would you say that the lawyer can do good whether or not he believes in God?
No. I am saying that if you are not a lawyer, if you have no study of the laws, how can you do it?
Well, this is what I was putting. I was hoping to lead you from there to the other situation of no study or no specific training.
No, Srila Prabhupada was saying that you could help us legally because you knew the law.
Yes.
If you weren't a lawyer, then you couldn't have helped us legally.
I see what you mean. Yes.
So therefore, now taking that same example, you can't do good for someone unless you know what good is. Right?
I'm misunderstanding what you're saying.
You can't help us legally unless you know the law yourself. You can't. I mean, just any Joe can't walk into the court and start speaking. The judge will say, go away. But because you're a lawyer, you can help us.
But the question Raymond asked before was, if somebody helped an old lady across the street and he was, say, an atheist, would he be doing a good action?
Well, it depends.
That
Depends on what the lady was doing.
It depends if you push
That lady may have been.
if she wanted to cross the road.
No, that lady may have been walking home with a cartload of booze to kill herself.
So
when she got knocked over and all her liquor fell out on the ground, and you didn't help her up with it, then maybe it was good that you
in that particular situation where he helped the lady across the road.
no, particular situation is different. But generally, if we do not know what is the ultimate goal, then we misguide. That is. So either in society or politics or economy or religion, philosophy, culture, everyone is engaged in some department. But if that leader does not know what is the ultimate goal of life, how he will lead, that is given direction in the Srimad Bhagavatam in two verses. One verse is Idam hi pumsas tapasas sutasava. Find out this verse. It is in the first canto. Idam hi pumsas tapasas sutasava. Ishtasya suktasya chabuddhatayo. Avichita artha kavibi nirupita jaduttama sloka gunanavan.
What is it? Idam
Pumsa.
Idam hi pumsas tapasas sutasya va istasya suktasya jabudi tadatyaho ivikyuto vita kavibir nirupito radutama sloka gunana varnanam. Learned circles have positively concluded that the infallible purpose of the advancement of knowledge, namely austerities, study of the Vedas, sacrifice, chanting of hymns and charity, culminates in the transcendental descriptions of the Lord, who is defined in choice poetry.
The advancement of knowledge in any department, that is very good. But what is the aim? The aim is to glorify the Supreme Lord. That's why you are a lawyer. You gave us help in some difficult trial. Why? Because we wanted to continue glorification of the Lord. That these men are doing nice. Why they should be harassed? So that means you help glorification of the Lord. So that's your success as a lawyer. So anyone who helps this movement, that they are spreading Krishna consciousness, God consciousness, they should be helped in all respect. And that is the perfection. Everything is required, but it should be cultivated in the matter of glorifying the Supreme. Then it is good. In another place, find out this verse. Atapangvi dijasreshta parnasama vibhagasa sanusthitasya dharmasya sansiddhi harito. It's like you have helped with an institution in a difficult position. That means you have pleased Krishna. That is your success. My devotees are in difficulty. They wanted some legal help. You as a lawyer, help them. So you have pleased Krishna, God. That is the aim of life. Whether by my work, in different spheres, as a lawyer, as a businessman, or as a scholar, as a philosopher, as a scientist, as an economist. There are so many people. It doesn't matter. But you should see whether you are successful. And what is the standard of success? The standard of success is whether you have pleased God. Read this. Atah pungvi dijasreshta.
Tatmumbi Bijashreshta Parnashram Vigvarjaha Vanus Isyasya Dharmasya Samsiddhi Haritosvanam. O best among the twice born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging his prescribed duties, dharma, according to caste divisions and order of life, is to please the Lord Hari.
That's it. So, whether by my profession, by my business, by my talent, by my capacity, there are different categories. Whether I have pleased God, then it is. If you have pleased God by your legal profession, you are in a different dress, it doesn't matter. You are as good as they are whole-timely serving God. Because their business is also to please God. Similarly, if you have pleased God, then even by practicing your law, you are as good as the serving God. That should be the aim. Whether I have pleased God with my professional duty or occupational duty. That is the standard. Let people take up this. We don't say that you change your position. You become a sannyasi or you give up your profession and become bad-headed. No, we don't say that. we are by nature. So, this is Krishna consciousness. So you remain in your position. But see whether by your discharge of duties you have pleased God. Then everything is all right.
I think this is the attitude to, certainly in my religion, where we believe that through the profession, the way you've mentioned it, you're doing things towards God, and even in the ordinary day of the week, that you could be doing or generally living your life in a way to please God. And that's my belief, because my religion has the same belief as what you've just been mentioning, that even through the running of the profession, the normal practice of the profession, is one way of helping people. And because you're helping people, you're in fact doing something that God wants.
No, not general people.
It's the indirect way, because God wants people to be happy. Now, if you can help people as people, surely that means that you must be pleasing God.
First of all, I suppose you are a lawyer and some man has committed murder and he wants your help. And suppose by your legal tricks you save him. And that will not please God.
You've got a different consideration here. You've got a different consideration here, you see, because the law that we have is very different from God's law.
You must accept God's law, not the people's law.
Well, the problem is that we're confined by the state law here, just as the boys with the flowers. Now, maybe in Krishna's law they did nothing wrong, but they were still subjected to being taken away like that.
Yeah, but he saved them. He saved them.
Now, wait a minute. I want to get this thing straight. One boy was challenged. Now, I don't care what happened or where the flowers came from. I was told, and I believe, that that particular boy was not involved. Now, someone else maybe, but as far as I was concerned, I believed that the boy that they got was not involved himself. Now, I'm not saying that some other people were not involved, But I think that particular boy, I'm satisfied. Do you agree with this one?
Yeah. But even if you had been told that that boy did it, your job would have been to try
if let's say that boy, if I was told, look, that boy did it, then the case would have been done completely differently, because then you can't then go around and say, well, look, he didn't do it. So it's a different approach altogether, you see. But as far as, I just wanted to get that thing straight as far as that particular boy. But according to the law, here we are to operate within our law. Now, true it is that outside it, you've got the question of God's law. But I'm not a canon lawyer, I'm not involved.
No, I know that.
I can only operate with the tools that I have.
Actually, if you are a churchgoer, it makes it very interesting, because you're subject to that church law.
Well, I'm a church-going person.
No, we can judge from the standard laws. India is still, if one has a very good garden and flowers, if somebody goes, sir, I want to take some flowers from your garden for worshipping God. Yes, you can take. They will be very glad.
This man, his livelihood depended on those flowers, and I think his possessions were more important to him, unfortunately.
It's a funny story, there's a funny follow-up to that one, and that is that the flowers were taken from two men that ran nurseries, and we had to go through an appeal to finally get home. But just before the appeal came on, the boys needed a glass house, because of the special plants that you've got outside here. And they didn't know anything about glass houses, so they're driving around. And one said, well, let's go and find out something about glass houses. Oh, there's a nice nursery. The car drives up, you see. He goes up and he said, excuse me, sir, but we're interested in glass houses. He said, will you please get out of my lane? Same nursery. 200 nurseries around the area, he picked that particular one.
But if people would have been God conscious, they would have excused. Oh, they have come for God's service. All right, you can take. Therefore, the first business is to make people God conscious. Then everything gets. Jashasti bhakti, there is a verse in my Jashasti bhakti, bhagavati atinchana, sarvai gunai tattva samasati sura, harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna, manorathena asato yavati vahi. The meaning is that anyone who is God conscious, devotee, he has got all the good qualities, what we consider as good qualities. He has got. And similarly, one who is not a devotee of God, he has no good qualities. Because he will hover on the mental platform. There are different platforms. Bodily concept of life, general, and this body. Therefore, my business is to satisfy the senses. This is bodily concept of life. And others, they are thinking, I am not this body, I am mind. They are going on mental speculation, like philosophers, thoughtful men. Above that, there is intelligent class of men, practicing some yoga. And spiritual platform is above that. First bodily concept grows, then mental, then intellectual, then spiritual. So this Krishna consciousness movement is on the spiritual platform, above body, mind and intelligence. Actually, we should come to that platform because we are spirit soul. We are neither this body, nor this mind, nor this intelligence. So, one who is on the platform of spiritual consciousness, they have got everything. Intelligence, proper use of mind, proper use of the body. Just like a millionaire, he has got all the lower grade position. 10 rupees or 100 rupees or 100 pounds. He has got all everything. Similarly, if we try to make an attempt to bring people on the platform of God consciousness, then he is possessing all other qualities, how to take care of the body, how to use the mind, how to use intelligence, everything. But it is not possible that everyone should become God conscious. That is not possible. Because there are different ways. But at least one class of men should remain in the society as ideal, God conscious. Just like for our usual life, we require lawyers, we require engineers, we require medical practitioners, we require so many. Similarly, in the society, there must be a class of men who are fully God conscious and ideal. That is necessary. Just like in your body, you have got hands, legs, belly, but the head must be there. If your head is cut off, then despite you have got hands, legs and belly, it is useless. So, this attempt, this consciousness movement, is an attempt to keep at least one class of men, ideal devotee, ideal character. At least people will see, here is an ideal. That is required. That is described in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. How to create a first-class man. Just like we have got educational institution for giving instruction on law or medical science or engineering. Similarly, there must be an institution to make first-class devotee ideal. That is necessary.
I think the problem in Western society, because in Western society you're not the head, you're inferior. I think if you're not the head,
that head, who shall be the head?
Inferior. In Indian society that's not so.
Who shall be the head?
All want to be heads, one way or another.
He says we all want to be heads.
No, that is a very good idea. But the leg is also required. If you simply keep the head and there is no leg, then it is incomplete.
Because we change around with it.
Everything is required. To keep the body fit, you require head, you require arms, you require belly, you require leg. That is the system of Varnashram. In India, you have heard that there is a class, Brahmin. Now it is broken. But this is the Vedic civilization. That one class of men should be the Brahman, first class. One class of men should be Kshatriya, the administrators, politicians. One class of men should be food producer, Vaishya. And one class of men should be laborer, who has no brain, but he can assist the other three.
The ideal in Western society is that all people should be equal.
No, that is not ideal, and neither it is possible.
No.
Not that everyone is going to be lawyer. Even though everyone has got the ambition to become a first-class lawyer and not like anything, and that is not possible. So therefore, it requires selection. Who will become a lawyer, who will become a scientist, who will become a medical man.
In our society, you're taught at school that if you try hard enough, you can become Prime Minister.
Yes, there is no harm. You become Prime Minister. But I say that not everyone is capable to become Prime Minister. That has to be. If one man is not capable, and if he takes education to become, he will waste his time.
But once you have the idea in your head, you can be Prime Minister, you don't want to be a leader.
And you become. But if he is a loafer and he wants to become Prime Minister, then it will create havoc. Just like in America, he was not fit for the president's post. Nixon was elected, then again he has to be dragged down. We say the fit man should go to become the particular.
Our system, I think, is not very good. But everyone is taught this way.
No, that must be, just like first-class man. They should judge for which purpose this man is. Practical psychology there is, I think. They can decide like that. Anyway, the society must have all divisions of man, and then the society is perfect. And we have already many divisions, but we are lacking one division, that the first class man, first class ideal man. That is lacking.
I think everybody acknowledges that.
Yes, that first class man is stated here. Read that.
Samadamas tapasocham chanti ajavam evacha jnanam vijnanam hastikam brahma kama svabhavajam. Translation. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities by which the Brahman is worked.
So we have to train men like that.
I don't think anybody would disagree with any one of those.
Yeah. So, as you are training lawyer, as you are training medical man, you can train some man like that. It is possible. If you train from the childhood, it is possible. It doesn't matter from which family is coming, but it will be trained. Just like you have been trained as a lawyer, it doesn't matter from which family you are. Maybe lawyer's family or engineer's family, it doesn't matter. Training. At the present moment, to make the society perfect, a class of men should be trained as Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. And if the first class men are there, people will consult them, people will follow them, the whole society is nice.
What about soldiers? Soldiers.
So they should be also trained up. They are being trained up. For 3 years. Just read the soldiers.
Soryam tejo dritya daksham judhe chakya palayanam danam yishwal bhavascha kshatram kamasvabhavajam. Translation. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and
courage in battle.
American soldiers.
No, whoever may be. Not that I sit down in my armchair and I give direction. The poor soldiers have fight. No. He should go. Courage. He should personally give direction. Do like that. Who is doing that? The Minister of Defense is very comfortably sitting on his chair and the poor soldiers are fighting. That is not required. He must go, first of all. Do like this.
His duty.
Just like in Battle of Kurukshetra, Arjuna is in front. The other side, Duryodhana, the real fighter, they are face to face. Soldiers are assistants. Where is that? So they should be trained. So unless he is by nature very powerful, Sojo, what is that?
Sojo. Heroism.
Heroism. Therefore the Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt in the forest, to become heroes. You have to practice, just like in medical laboratory, they first of all dissect some poor animal before touching human. Even Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt, to become hero, facing the tiger. Come on. And still, say about 25 years ago, there was a native prince in Jaipur. Every year he would go to the forest and face the tiger without any other. But that is required.
That is good.
That is required. Those who are politicians, those who are going to be president, they must be like that.
In our society that wouldn't be thought good.
Now your society, whatever it may be, this is the idea.
Well, that's almost the description of General Amen.
Huh?
That's almost the description of General Amen.
General?
Where's the...
Big Daddy, I mean,
There's a
Uganda.
There's a general in Africa who's very powerful, but he's demonic.
No, no. They should not be demonic. That other things are there. So don't be demonic.
Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership.
Generosity.
So he hasn't got generosity.
Yeah.
He's got another one, insanity.
Not insanity.
You can't substitute.
Yeah. Everything is there. He must be at the same time, although he is hero, he must be generous. Just like Alexander the Great, perhaps you know the story, he arrested one thief. So when he was arrested and he was being judged by Alexander, the thief pleaded that what is the difference between you and me? You are a great thief, I am a small thief. So Alexander understood it and got him to yes. This is generosity. He must agree to the principle.
Well, there's another one, the battle. You know, the big battle where the opposition, what was his name, was on the ground and he said, you won't... It's an Indian.
We brought back Wally one picture from India of the battle of Kurukshetra of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's head was there, and Karna was on the ground with his chariot, and Arjuna was about to kill him, and Krishna was directing him to kill. So I told Wally the story that when Abhimanyu was surrounded by the Maharathis, there was no mercy then. So now Karna was objecting that he cannot shoot a man if he gets off his chariot. And Krishna said there was no mercy with Abhimanyu, so therefore there will be no mercy now.
Tit for tat.
But where was the generosity then?
Now what that is happening? Tit for tat.
Was that generosity?
Huh?
Where was the generosity?
That's
just charms, Wally, surely.
That is war tactics. That is war tactics. Sometimes we have to use war tactics because they have to own victory. But at this time, they were generous because in this battlefield of Kurukshetra, they would fight like anything, like enemies. But at night they're friends. The one man is going. Just like sportsmen, they fight during the play. But after that they're friends, talking together, drinking together. Like that.
Like barristers and prosecutors.
Yeah. They're paid for fighting. But when the fighting is over, they're friends.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Srila Prabhupada, Raymond did not realize that you were going to be so merciful. You grant so much time, and he thought you were only going to give about 10 minutes, so he left about 20 people back at his house at some party. So he's feeling that he must
It's my father-in-law's birthday.
Oh.
And it's my son's 9th birthday.
Oh.
And what we're doing is we've decided we're going to have a family.
That's nice. Very good.
And then my wife said,
Give some prasadam
a couple
to
of
his son
nights
and
ago,
to his father.
my wife said, well,
Take some blessings from the temple
thank you
for
very
your
much.
son and
So we
father.
decided to get all of my father-in-law's friends. He doesn't know yet. And I'm supposed to pick him up, you see. You know, I'm supposed to do half an hour. He just thinks it's a family little hurry, you see. But by the time we get home, it's a surprise for him.
It is very nice. It is a very nice function. The father-in-law and the grandson. Yeah.
You're going to bring some prasadam.
Give some prasadam for them also. Yeah.
We invited everyone over to Ugas Baba's house one night. We had a big party. And Wally came and Raymond came, and they became very much addicted to prasadam.
Make his father-in-law also interested.
Well, he was here on Sunday.
Oh, yes.
He came down on Sunday.
So this Krishna consciousness movement is very nice. We can make friend anyone. So you are going. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time.
For your coming.
You've been most gracious and kind with us. I hope you have a nice trip.
Coming back in January too. Maybe then we can have a longer meeting.
It is a very nice place. I wish to stay here, but I've got so many branches, I have to go.
Good night.
Good night.
I think you must be very happy to see what's happened in Melbourne.
Yes, I'm very happy. This house is quite suitable for a partner.
They looked very hard for a long time.
Yes.
They've had a lot of difficulty.
Oh, yes.
This is one of the things that I imagine you know the story, but the Catholic Church, Roman Catholic Church owned this property, and it was almost by devious means that it was acquired. Because they didn't want to sell direct like that. It's that beautiful building across there. I think you saw photos of the
convent. Srila Prabhupada went through the...
Oh, yes.
We found out, or the suggestion was, because there are little power groups in that church that possibly the senior people don't know about, but they objected for some reason.
Yes.
It's very hard to understand.
In London, we wanted to purchase one church that was not working. But when we approached that priest in charge, not directly to me, but one of my disciples, he informed me that I shall better set fire in this church. Still I shall not get to the Krishna consciousness.
That's one reason that the name religion has possibly become bad in the eyes of non-religious people when they hear something like that. Because you could assume that whatever religion, if a person was religious,
religion means God. God is one.
That should aid all religions.
Yes.
And the more Krishnas there are, the more other religious people might benefit. Yet
according to Srimad Bhagavatam, religion means the law given by God. Just like law means the act given by the state. You cannot manufacture law, I cannot manufacture law. From that point one,
Bob's in a similar position almost to Raymond. His wife's expecting a baby any minute.
Oh,
so,
that's nice.
Sunday.
How many children he has got?
And more.
Putrahinam griham sunnam. Family without children, it is vacant. But people now they are under this consciousness that family without children. No, that family means with children. Otherwise it is desert. Putrahinam griham sunnam. Sunnam means zero.
One thing I wondered about in our terms, sometimes if you find a person that you admire or you believe does good, but he professes to be an atheist. I'm thinking of a person like Bertrand Russell.
No, our ideas are standard. We are not manufacturing any idea. It's like whatever we speak, immediately we get evidence from the Shastra. That is our stand. We accept standard idea. And the standard idea means the idea is given by God. That is standard. There is no mistake. There is no cheating. There is no illusion. Any idea we form that is prone to these four defects. One defect is that we are prone to commit mistake. We are prone to be illusion. And our senses are imperfect. So, being subjected to mistaken idea, illusion idea, and senses being imperfect, if we want to give some law, that is cheating.
So the answer to every question is in there.
Yeah.
But at the end,
I do not pose myself that I am perfect. The ideas I am giving, that is perfect.
is that